Good morning, boys and girls, and it's Thursday already. Thursday, the 28th of January 2021. So let's get started. And we begin as ever with our spellings, which of course you will write today in your Thursday column. All right, and let's begin by reading through them. So I'm going to point to them and I want you to try to say them before I say them to practice them, all right? So off we go. Duck, jump, must, much, rush, love, some, done, does, under, money, and summer. It's not too much like summer these days, is it, boys and girls? Moving on to our sounds in focus. And well done to any of you who have sent me your work so far from Sounds in Focus, because you've all been managing it very well. We're really getting the hang of these sounds. So well done. Today we are looking at question 8 and question 9. And question 8 asks you to fill in these little blank spaces with either a U, an O, or OE together. All right? So one of these three, U, O, or OE. Then down below that there are picture clues where you have to fill in the blanks with the name of the picture of what you can see. All right? And it will be one of the words that you've already written above, okay? Question 9 then asks you to finish the words to match the clues. Write the letter or letters for one sound in each box. Okay, so used to buy things, money. Now you have to split it into sounds, m, a, n, e. So some boxes will have 2 letters and some boxes will have 1 letter. It's not just 1 letter for every box, it's 1 box for every sound. M, a, n, e, money. Next one comes after spring. So you look in your word list for the word of something that comes after spring and split it up into sounds. And that's the tricky bit. It's not always tricky to spell it, but it is tricky to split it up into sounds. And when you're looking for this word, look out for some digraphs in this word. 2 letters together that make 1 sound, because there's a few digraphs in this word. Number after 99. So what number comes after 99? We know that, so we have to write it out here. And remember, if you can't spell it, it's on your word list. And then you have to split it up into sounds. Okay. Moving on to our literacy then today, and we are returning to compound words, which we looked at earlier in the week. And let's remind ourselves what compound words are. Compound words are formed from 2 or more words joined together. Okay? Now these are called compound nouns. That just means they're things. All right? People, places, or things. And we're going to join a word from this column to this column to make a brand new word. Okay? So let's just look through all of the words to make sure we know what they are. I'm just going to read them out for you. Fire, butter, fish, rain, note, chop, arm, lady, vine, green, and that is that list. Now a vine is like a long green branch from a plant. For example, grapes would grow on a vine. The other side then has the words bird, sticks, chair, bowl, coat, man, cup, yard, house, book, And that's it. Okay. Now, the vine one is going to be a little bit difficult for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you that one because the sound of this changes when we join it to another word. It makes the word vineyard, vin and yard. Vineyard. It's a place where vines and plants grow. Grapes, for example, would grow in a vineyard. They grow on the vine in an area called a vineyard. So if you're stuck on any of these, what I would suggest you do is figure out the ones that you definitely know. Join those together, and then you'll have less words to choose from at the end. All right? And good luck. So for our maths today, as I said, it was going to be more practical. So you don't have an actual worksheet to do, but you will be using your coins. Now, if you haven't cut them out yet, can you pause this video and get the scissors out and start cutting, because you're going to need these coins for today. Now, today we are going to play shop, and you are going to be the shopkeeper and someone at home is going to be the customer, okay? And for today, no matter what they buy, they're always going to hand you £1. So when you've cut out all your coins, hand these pounds over to a grown-up at home, and then they will be able to pay for various items, all right? Now, there's pounds here in this row, and there's a pound here, okay? So the grown-up will have the coins, the pound coins, and you will have all of the other coins and the notes and everything else, okay? But you'll only need the coins for today, right? So, I am going to send you a list of prices of items. I'll send it over messages that your customer, mummy or daddy or whoever is playing with you, is going to buy, all right? So the first item that they are going to buy costs £1, okay? So they're going to hand you over £1 exactly. How much change do you need to give them? You don't need to give them any change, do you? Because if the item costs £1 and they've given you £1, that's perfect. They've paid for the item and they don't need any money back, okay? Now, you're going to be handing out change then each time to the adult, depending on what they buy. So let's say that they buy an item for 99p and they hand you £1. How much do you need to give them back? You're going to search through your coins and pick a coin to give back to them, okay, because they need their change back. They've paid too much. Okay, so I am going to give you different amounts, different prices for different items, and each time the grown-up is going to pay £1 and you're going to try to give them their change, all right? And we're going to do it step by step. So the amounts will get a little bit more difficult each time, all right? However, if you find it too easy, you can increase the amount that you give the grown-up to £2 if you want, or £5. As long as you play around and pay for items as much as you want. You may want to get mummy or daddy maybe to make up a price. So they might hand you £1 and say, oh, this item is 24p. I need my change. And then you would have to work out how much change to give them by either counting on or counting back. So you could say, okay, I'll give you my change in 10p. So you had to pay 24, so I have to count on to give you back 34, 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94, maybe with these 2 5s. So 94, and I need to give 6 more back. And then I would have to give, I have 94 and I need to give 6 more pennies back. So 5 and 1 is 6. Now that will be a bit of a tricky one, but we'll start off with easier amounts. £1, 99p, maybe 50p. Nice round numbers today to work with, okay? As much as we can. Or numbers that are very close to £1. So you're playing shop today, all right? And once you've done 6 items, You'll have to give the pounds back again, 6 or 7. I think you have £7 coins here. You'll have to give them back again to someone then to try again. All right. And the more we practice, the better we will get at working out change. All right. Now, if you find a pound too difficult, you could start with a smaller amount. You could give all the 10p's to a grown-up. They could buy something and then you could give them the change. So if they bought something for 5p and they give you 10p, you could give them 5p back as their change. Okay, so you can start at a different starting point if you want, all right? Because change is a tricky concept, so don't feel bad if you find it a bit tough, because it's always tough in P4. But practice makes perfect. So just keep practicing playing shop and trying to give change back, all right? Moving on to our Grow and Love then, boys and girls, and Mrs. McFadden was a bit silly this week because she gave you Grow and Love to do and you already had your Catholic Schools Week booklet. So it would be very mean to give you both. So you can set the Grow and Love aside for this week. We'll come back to it next week. And we'll stick with our Catholic Schools Week booklet. And today we're on Thursday. Now you may or may not have had time to do this during the week. I know some of you sent me some lovely work that you've done from this booklet. Today, Thursday, is a colouring in activity. And this man is called Moses. And there's information on the parents page here all about Moses. And there's a video that you could watch, a YouTube video here, that would tell you a bit about him as well. So even if you watch the video and then coloured in the picture, that would be great to help you learn a little bit about Moses and the tough times that he went through. Just like we sometimes are going through tough times, having to stay off school and all of the problems with coronavirus. So you'll learn about Moses, who also had difficult times. Also, boys and girls, if you have any extra time, continue with your reading. Try to take an AR quiz once a week if you can. If you're having difficulty accessing accelerated reading quizzes, just drop me a message and I'll do my best to help you. And of course, we have SumDog as well. And the activities in SumDog this week, as I said, are related to money. So very appropriate this week. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.